Hello.
Hello.
Is this thing on?
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Trish.
How's it going?
It's going.
Well, another exciting episode of Ask the Snappers is about to commence.
Nice. Let's
Wait,
get on.
is commence starting something or finishing? Because the reason why I ask is because at your graduation it's also called a commencement. So isn't that you're graduating? But I always thought with you commence to do something that was like
well, if it's
starting.
about to commence, I guess it's about to start and then finish.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get on with it.
All right. So another episode of Ask the Snappers
It's about to unfold.
Burning questions. Okay. Dear Snappers, I'm so worried about the weather on my wedding day. I think a lot of people have that. It keeps me up at night. What if it rains? How will you do the photos? Sincerely, Sleepless in Scituate.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, sleepless, the weather also keeps us up at night.
Yeah.
And we try not to really look at the weather forecast too far ahead of time because it changes on the dime, even on the day of the wedding.
Yes, this summer we had 2 weekends in July, if you remember, where
Oh, I remember.
it was hot and sunny, it was raining, it was sunny, it was hailing,
Yeah.
then it was raining, then it was sunny again, and there was an amazing sunset. Like
Yes.
that was the weather in one day.
Yes.
Yeah. New England is unpredictable.
It is.
To say the least.
It's a favorite thing to talk about, too.
I mean, I can't imagine saying to somebody, well, I know you're having a July wedding, but it might hail, so you need to plan for that. Like, that's pretty random.
it is the one thing you can't really. There's nothing you can do. As excellent of a planner as you are, and as detail oriented as you are, and as many spreadsheets as you create, there is really nothing that you can do about the weather. So
No, that is the one variable that is that no one can control. Not even us, because I do feel like there's times when people look at us and they say,
yeah,
"It's raining out. What are you gonna do?"
Make it sunny.
Yeah, like
Make
as
it
if
look sunny.
as if we could stop the rain, because we would
Yeah.
absolutely change the weather if we could.
we could. If
We'd make everybody have perfect weather. But the fact is, some people are just going to have weird weather.
Well,
That being said, sometimes we do our best work in the weird weather.
that's what I was going to say. When the weather takes a turn,
Yeah.
it forces your photographer to kind of reach into their bag of tricks, maybe things that they don't always
Well, because
do.
if we don't have, the perfect scenery with the perfect lighting and everything perfect.
Which is the standard, the standard shot. But
Right.
if you have to work around that, then sometimes you get a more creative
Well,
shot.
that's the thing. We have to say to ourselves, like, well, and then a lot of times people are upset. So we're like, we really want to make people happy. So it's
Right.
like a double thing. Like, we want to make them feel better and we want to get an amazing photo. And I feel like we've gotten some really good stuff when we've had to quickly make a change in our plan and work inside. If we have a window, we can work magic. Well, we just need a little nook.
Yes.
Not even a big spot. I mean, because there's been times where we've had practically no room, and we've had a whole wedding party. And I remember there was one wedding where we were inside, and we had a table, and basically we arranged the wedding party around the table,
Sitting on the table.
standing
in front of
on the
table,
side,
sitting
and,
on-
and we just had them facing the window, and it was like technically you would have looked at that and said, like, what is happening there? What
Right.
are they doing? But it was a great shot.
That's a good thing to remember is that when you're on the other side of the camera,
Yes.
you're looking at us, and what's behind us might just look like really junky and not.
Well, yeah, if
Not
it's
pretty,
behind
not
us, it doesn't-
exciting.
yeah.
But what we're looking at, what's behind you, could be really cool.
And the bottom line is it's all about the light. Because in that photo in particular, we were close to the window. Our backs were to the window, but the table was pretty close to the window. And then there was a whole room behind them. But that just fell dark.
Right.
So it didn't really matter what kind of
Right.
ugly stuff was going on because you couldn't see it. And everybody was lit beautifully and everybody looked,
Right. So what we're looking for when it's really bad weather like that is to make the photos kind of look cozy
yeah.
and to make the light as nice as we can on you so that it doesn't look like a dark, gloomy day out. It still looks like a...
It never does.
Yeah.
I've always been impressed with ourselves. A very long time ago, I did a wedding. It poured rain on the wedding day. And it was in a tent, and the tent was at the bottom of a hill. So there was like 3 inches of water in the tent.
Yeah.
The cake was the blue icing on the cake was like running down. Like the whole thing was just, it was so wet and crazy, and the bride was really sad the whole day, and I kept trying to like perk her up, but she wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And anyway, I sent her the photos, and then I didn't hear from her for a while. And she told me later she couldn't look at the photos for 6 weeks after the wedding, after she got the photos.
Because in her mind,
It was so bad that she
Yeah.
couldn't even bring herself to look at the photos. And then she said, she was calling me to say, I can't believe that how nice the photos are. I wasn't expecting this at all.
Even
She was totally shocked.
we joke sometimes. We tell people if they felt like the wedding felt a little bit messy or hectic or whatever, we always say like, well, don't worry because the photos look better than real life. They always look better on real life, even on a gorgeous day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and on a bad day, they look particularly better.
Yes.
Because we light it, it looks nice. It doesn't look like anything like it looks or feels to your naked eye.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
So we have tricks.
Another thing we should mention is that sometimes, rain is the thing that everybody's worried about.
Right.
But wind is actually worse than rain in some cases.
Yes.
If it's going in the wrong direction.
Yes.
And it usually is because people want the water in the background.
And
The wind is coming from
not
the
so
water.
much a problem if you have my hairdo, but if you have luxurious
Yeah,
locks
then you-
like
then you
this,
have
then
this.
then you have that happening.
This is no good.
I can't retouch that. I can retouch this,
Right.
but not this.
Yeah. Can you make my hair look like it's not windy out?
No.
So we recommend when we did the wedding, one of the weddings we did where it rained, it stopped raining, but it was very windy outside, and the bride was getting her hair done, and she asked you point blank, should I put my hair up? And you said yes, and she was really sad.
Which is out of my
I know you
comfort
never
zone. I
give your
don't like to really give my opinion on really important things like that, in case it goes horribly wrong. But in that case, I really did know. Like, if you have your hair up, we can go outside in this wind and do some amazing photos. But if you wear it down, it's going to be a big waste.
Yeah, and so
of
in the
everyone's
photos, her veil was out, and it
Yeah.
was like breezy, but her face wasn't covered in hair.
time. Right.
And the bridesmaids went out, and they all had their hair down, and there was a fun picture where everybody's hair was kind of going up, like everybody's hair was like going, because it was very, very
Yeah,
windy.
yeah.
And in Newport, in
Which
Rhode
it can
Island,
be. That's,
it's the ocean state
Yeah.
that's sailing. That's why everybody sails here, because the wind is windy.
The wind is windy. And you get all those great sailboats going by, but the reason they're zooming by is because...
Right. So hair up, I think, also on a humid day, in the summertime, a lot of times people put their hair down, and it looks great inside, it's like curled and
Right.
smooth, because they're in air conditioning, and then the minute you get outside, it's just
goes-
hot, and it's zip.
Yeah.
And we can't
Yeah.
we can't retouch hair to make it look like smooth curled hair.
Nope.
I mean, maybe somebody can, but that would be very expensive. I don't think
Okay.
people are going to want to spend $500 an image to have
Their hair.
new hairdo.
No, that's a lot. I don't think you spend $500 to have your hair done in real life. Never mind. Maybe you do.
Yeah, so hair up in
In weather-
general is
in-
a good idea.
But in weather conditions, for sure. Maybe have a plan B for your hair,
Yeah.
depending on the weather.
And it also depends on your hair. Some people have the extensions put in, and they already have really thick hair,
So
maybe
it adds
can,
that volume.
It can handle it. But like my hair is so fine.
Mine too.
It's like I have a lot of it, but it's so fine that any kind of weather just completely wrecks it. I can't. I mean, in 5 minutes, I don't even know what it looks like right now.
Well, we were just windifying it. So
Yeah.
it's still pretty.
Don't mind my hair.
So yeah, plan B for the hair. Don't worry so much about what it looks like in the background because we're gonna make it look twinkly and
the other thing
lit
is
well.
here's another thing too. I keep saying here's another thing, but
Yeah.
the other thing is too, have a cry in the morning.
Yeah.
If it's rainy and you're super
Yeah.
sad and bummed out, have a good cry.
Get it out. Don't pretend
Get it out.
Yeah.
Then put your makeup on and be like, you know what? I'm going to have the best day ever, regardless of the weather.
You do have to go with it, and the attitude is the most important thing.
Because if you're having fun and you look really happy, then the photos are great.
Yes.
That's another reason why the photos are great. If you're bummed out and sad, that is going to come through in the photos.
Yeah.
And you can't redo the day. You got to just go with it. Whatever it is, just power through it. And I totally get crying about it.
If it's not sunny, then you need to be sunny. You need to bring the sunshine.
You got to bring the sun.
Yeah.
And you got to, and a lot of times I've told like a wedding party, I've been like, all right, listen, you guys, we got to do this for them. Like, we got to make this awesome. And usually the wedding party is rallies.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody wants somebody to have a bad weather on their wedding day. Everybody feels bad for somebody who has it because, you know, a lot of times you pick the location and everything is planned around a gorgeous day.
Right.
But it doesn't mean disaster.
Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. I don't know if we said this already.
What?
But even if it's an on again, off again day, like that day with the
Mhm.
hail and the rain and all that, if there's a window of opportunity, even for 5 minutes at some point in the day when the rain stops,
Right.
we'll just go outside. We'll run outside.
Well, on
So-
both of those hail days, we did all the pictures
yeah.
outside.
So it's not like I don't know if we've ever had a wedding where we haven't been able to go outside for
Not really.
some kind of photo.
There's always usually a break
Yeah.
at some point in the rain
Yeah.
or the whatever.
So
We
if
run
we
outside.
if we get the opportunity, we'll go out. We'll run out.
Hey, we even photographed people on the beach in a literal blizzard.
Yeah, and they were wearing like little nightgown dresses.
Yeah, so
If you're up for it, if you're willing to suffer
We're-
with the weather, then we'll go out there too.
we're willing. The only thing that we can't really do is go out in like pouring rain because our equipment cannot get wet like that.
No.
So, I mean, we kind of could, maybe we could shoot from the inside out if you want to go out in the rain.
We'll be in here.
We also every year buy many clear umbrellas and then we bring them and then we leave
We
them
leave them all over Newport.
by mistake
So
at every
you're welcome.
venue,
Every
pretty
venue
much.
that we go to.
But it might not be a bad idea to, I think buying a lot of umbrellas, like if you buy 24 umbrellas, I think that can stave off the weather,
Yeah.
the rain.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you just return them afterwards.
Yeah.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Yes, umbrellas are.
We did a wedding 2 years ago, and remember the bride coming into the church. I mean, it was such a colossal downpour.
Ooh.
And
yeah.
the pictures were cool.
Her one photo she wanted was a really dramatic photo going to the church with her veil and her train and everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get that, but we did get like 12 really handsome groomsmen with umbrellas helping her out of the car
And holding her dress.
So
It was-
it
and
wasn't the shot she had in mind, but it was better. Than
It
the
was
shot she had in mind.
awesome.
Yeah.
That was an awesome shot.
So that's that.
So, Sleepless in Scituate, just know that it will be okay.
Get some sleep so you don't have bags under your eyes.
Yeah, that's, you got to just go with it no matter what happens, and
Yeah.
trust that we'll do a good job no matter what the weather is.
Yes.
And it is, you get what you get, as they say.
Yeah.
It's get what you get and don't get upset.
Or get upset and then get over it.
Then get over it.
All right. That was
Anyway,
a good question. Thank
you for writing in, because that's definitely something a lot of people think about. I think that's probably the most common stressor of people planning a wedding is,
Yeah,
what do I do?
for sure. For sure.
All right, we'll get some sleep, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye. Okay. I have the most gigantic lipstick thing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but that's funny.